Good morning, it's Barbara. Oh my gosh, 38% humidity out there. Ugh, I will spend the whole day outside today. That is my Daft Days cardigan and my yarn that I balled up. I'm bringing it out. I found it. Took me a while, but I'm ready now. Good morning. I feel really badass. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Oh, they really do help though. You can't see it, but my eyes are open. Good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Thank you so much for your support and your good wishes from yesterday's video. I really, really appreciate it. I cannot tell you. I didn't have any episodes yesterday. I still have the very slightest background tingle. But I didn't have any full episode, what I'm calling an episode of getting, where things really get tingly and numb. So, cheers to that. And a friend told me that she had gone through the same thing some years ago when she was going through some rough, tough times emotionally, and they did all kinds of tests on her, and she had the same thing, half her face and the same arm, and they did a whole battery of tests on her and didn't find anything and concluded it was anxiety, which, as things calmed down in her life, it also calmed down. So I am 100% voting for anxiety or stress. I think they're kind of the same thing, because I have been very stressed, and if that's the problem, then yay. Because the only real problem with it, I mean, it's weird, but the real problem is it's worrying. But if I know it's not, all those horrible things that it could be, then, I'm a little tingly sometimes. I can deal with that. And numb, and it's weird, but so we want to rule out all the horrible things, and then I can work on less stress. Dennis says you should start doing your yoga again. Christy said the same thing, so I might do that, because the people who love me are, so I might do that. But anyway, so that felt like good news. I was sorry that she went through that, but she's better, and yeah, and that was encouraging. Meanwhile, I found my Daft Days. I didn't know it was missing until I went to look for it this morning, where I thought it was, up in my room, and it was not there. I did find my little kit that I made my mother's twiddle muff with. Dennis wondered if his mother could use a twiddle muff. He said her hands were cold, so he thought, a muff. And then, of course, it, I don't know. I don't know if she's at a place where a twiddle muff would be interesting to her. But it would, if she would use it, it would keep her hands kind of dexterous, because, she's not really doing much with her hands. So anyway, I found that. But I have my sweater, and I brought it out because it is so gorgeous today. I do expect to spend a lot of time on my deck. And if I'm on my deck, I might as well be knitting, because I have things to watch. The Not Quite Enough Yarn podcast for August dropped yesterday. Thank you, Leslie. And so I have things to watch besides my dopey things I listen to. So I was going to look up the name. I started watching a show last night on Netflix. It's a new lawyer series, Korean lawyer series dubbed in English. and I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. I'll put it down below because I'll look it up and I'll put it down below. But I'm enjoying it, and if you liked Extraordinary Attorney Woo, you will probably like this too. The hook for Extraordinary Attorney Woo is that she is on the autism spectrum. And, you know, but she's very good. And there's another, in this one, the main character is a brilliant young woman who, you know, is a little, she's late for things, and I don't know. The first scene, she's like putting white out on a stain on her white shirt before she goes into an interview. You know, that kind of thing. But I enjoyed it. I watched 2 or 3 episodes yesterday. So that's fun. Now I'm going to keep trying to remember the name of it, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to put it down below. And I enjoyed that. So that was nice. But I didn't pick up my knitting. But I have everything I need out here, I think. Oh, actually, I have to bring in my small set of Chagus. I've got Chagu smalls. And they, oh, excuse me. Because I'm going to be doing sleeves. So I like to do them in the round without doing magic loops. So if I have to do magic loop, I will, but yeah. But it was 61 degrees when I came down to get the tea this morning, so sweater weather's coming very soon, and I really want to be able to wear that sweater. The other thing is I haven't blocked my trove yet, so I need to do that soon so that it's ready, because I haven't worn it yet other than to show you, you know, because I finished that after sweater weather, because I'm very slow lately. You know, I used to be a fast knitter. I knit my super bulky grandpa sweater in a week. When we were between my first and second episode of my podcast way back 8-9 years ago, we went on our trip to North Carolina, and I sat there all week knitting that sweater, and it took me a week. So having a sweater that takes months is very strange to me. But my arm is feeling better. There's that. But I love the daft days. I love the trove. I want to block the trove so it's all ready to go. I think I was waiting till I blocked it before I wove in the ends on the trove. So I have that to do too. So I need to do that. I wonder if I could, if I would just do that today. Because it would be dry in time. It's possible that the bed that I will use as my blocking place, Kim might sleep there Wednesday night, but it would be dry by then. I have a ceiling fan. It dries everything really quickly. So maybe I will just make myself do that. Maybe I'll just do that. That would be something accomplished today, right? I'm going to have to make crackers either today or tomorrow because Vicky's coming, and Vicky is also keto, so she's going to love these crackers. I'm going to have to make lots of crackers while she's here because she's going to want to probably take crackers with her when she leaves, because I don't think she has a dehydrator. But you can make those crackers in your oven. They just have to, you know, you can dry them in your like the lowest setting of your oven for some number of hours. So anyway, I'll be making crackers because we'll have more cracker eaters, and Dennis is planning cracker heavy meals, you know, like things that are like dippy, because it's so nice to have a crunch. Anyway, so I'll be doing that. It'll be good to see Vicky, and it'd be good for her to see her mom and her mom to see her. So kind of looking forward to that. Yeah. Trying not to put too much pressure on myself. Could be why I'm a little bit less stressed, because I let go of, you know, what my personal expectations. I also did that stuff for my lawyer, which also helped. Yeah. So my plan for today, Dennis is going to go see his mom. Oh, he took her peaches and yogurt yesterday. She loved it. Now, our peaches are getting ripe. I had peaches and cream for dessert last night from our peaches on our tree. Yay! The last, I don't even know how many years. I think we got like one peach last year, and I don't know about the year before. I think it's been like 5 years since we had like a real crop of peaches, because somebody, deer, squirrel, I don't know, likes not quite ripe peaches. Maybe it's squirrels and they put them in their nest, let them ripen, I don't know. So that the tree is completely cleaned out before we get a chance to have peaches. And that is not the case this year. We're wondering if it was a squirrel and the squirrel died and didn't pass along its love of peaches to other squirrels. I mean, you know, we hardly ever get an apple, because we have apple squirrels. So anyway, I had peaches and cream from our peaches last night for dessert, and it was delicious. It was delicious. So every day we're going to pick a couple more peaches and like take them in the house and keep them in the fridge. Maybe Vicky will get peaches. Could happen. She'll be here for dinner, lunch and breakfast and dinner on Thursday. So it's possible. Anyway, yeah, so I'm feeling better. Thank you again so much for all your lovely wishes. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. And I know it's weird, but it's, you know, if it's just stress, then I'm good with that. I get it. And if I know it's stress, then I won't be anxious about it. It won't add to my stress. Having those episodes added to my stress. So anyway, but I haven't had one, and you know, I didn't have one yesterday, and I didn't have one the day before. Just the very low level buzz. Just a very low level buzz. So we'll see. In a way, it feels like, wait a minute, if I'm not having these episodes, maybe I don't have to do all these tests, but I'm going to do it. You know, something's going on. I just want to know that it's something manageable and livable. That's all I want. Don't look it up, because you don't want to know. You know, so stress works for me. This will be my thumbnail. We'll see if it works. I don't actually take, very rarely, unless it's you know, Advent time, December. Hold on. I don't do a prepared thumbnail. YouTube takes 3 pictures out of your video, and then it picks the one it thinks should be the thumbnail and puts it up there. I rarely change it to one of the other ones. Occasionally I do, but very rarely. I figure let YouTube decide. But in December, when I'm doing Advents and things, can you tell I can't remember Vlogmas? I couldn't find the word. When I'm doing Vlogmas, which is very hard to tell the difference between Vlogmas and CoronaVlog, because I already do this every day. but I don't do an Advent. I have to tell you, I almost bought a whiskey Advent. I have been tasting whiskey, and I almost bought a whiskey Advent that had 24 different whiskeys. But the problem with that is I, do this in the morning. And I don't want to edit. So I can't like taste the whiskey in the evening and then edit it, Although you wouldn't have to watch me taste the whiskey. I could just tell you about it. I mean, do you really need to see me sip and see what my first, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't buy it, but you never know. I have been having my Instagram ads have started showing me Advents, which I think is interesting. Now, I already have 2 yarn Advents that I bought, and of course, Megan and I are still exchanging our Advents. So I already have that covered, but I was thinking of, sort of something else plus. I want to get Advents again for my family. And there's nobody that a whiskey Advent will work for. Allison drinks wine. Jason's not a big drinker. Rich doesn't drink. And Christy doesn't drink whiskey, I don't think. So I don't think that'll work for my family. And neither of the granddaughters are going to want whiskey. So keep an eye out for, good granddaughter Advents. I think they really enjoyed their sort of makeup, self-care Advents from last year. I don't know. Anyway, it's been showing me Advents, and one of them was a whiskey Advent. I decided against it. It's not cheap, needless to say. But if I had somebody, never mind. I don't need to do this on my blog. I did clear off my phone yesterday. I told you that because I had to do it before my vlog. This is what I used to look like when I was playing poker. Because I can't see my cards without my reading glasses. But you have sunglasses so they can't see your eyes. So this is what I used to look like playing poker back in the day when I was a poker player. Yeah. Cool, man, cool. Anyway, I don't know if I've told you about my poker career. I was a professional poker player for a while. It was my second job. This is why Dennis begged me, please don't monetize your YouTube channel. Please, please, please. We can, you can have a bigger allowance, whatever you want. Please don't monetize your YouTube channel. For the taxes, for the tax reasons. Because our taxes were were more complicated because my second job was I was a self-employed professional poker player, which not only meant I had to keep good records and it was all a big whole thing, but it also meant that we were much more likely to be audited. So it made him nervous. I don't think he's worried about being audited because of YouTube, but he just wants less complicated taxes, although we have a tax accountant now. We have a tax accountant now. I don't know. What do you think? Want to watch some ads? You don't want to watch ads. I mean, I'm sure YouTube is putting ads in front of my videos, and I'm not getting anything from that, in case you were wondering. But I don't want them putting ads in the middle. That kind of thing. Nah. No. You get me for free. Or I do it for free. I don't know. I don't know what YouTube does for you in terms of it giving you ads. Anyway, okay, I've rambled enough. Just a small background buzz, very small. So that feels good. Dennis is going to go visit his mom today, take her some peaches. Kim is visiting her mom tomorrow. I will visit Tuesday or Wednesday. So, and then Vicky comes Wednesday night. So Thursday, I expect Kim and Vicky will go visit her. Vicky, get Vicky in that rotation. Yeah. So, anyway, I guess that's it for me. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. So, down below, I'm going to give you the name of the show I watched last night, and I'll give you a link to the video for the crackers in case you're interested, because they're amazing. And, I'll see you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.